I want to show you guys something. I promise this is relevant, so don't turn off the video if you don't like the topic, but I'll show you something here. This represents hundreds of wasted dollars. This is every copy of Madden that I still currently own. They release a new one every year, and basically, let's show you this. I've got 2 copies of Madden 08, one for the PSP, one for the PlayStation. Madden 09. This is the year that Brett Favre was on the Jets, so that was an interesting one. We've got Madden 10 here. Got Madden 11, Madden 12, Madden 13. This one looks kind of fancy. I don't know if you can see. And then, of course, the PlayStation 4 Madden 25, which is really Madden 2014. And what happens is they release this game every year. They update things slightly. It's basically just a roster update. You get the new rosters, and they charge you $60 each time. And after Madden 2014, this is the last one that I got. I don't think I even purchased this one. This one was given to me. But what happens is that I stopped buying it because I figured this is a scam. This is the same game every year. They don't really update almost anything about it. Sometimes they'll take a feature out. Sometimes they'll add an old feature back in, and it's just a scam. They continue to charge the same thing over and over and over again. So I stopped. I said, no more. I'm not doing this anymore. Now, if you continue to buy Madden, I'm not saying that you're a fool, because some people really like football. I grew to not like football as much. I still watch it on occasion, but I stopped liking it so much. I said I don't need the updated rosters because I don't care. If I want to play, I'll play this one again. Anyway. But what they've done lately is they've added these things called microtransactions. So if you don't know what a microtransaction is, it basically is, you buy the game for $60, and then if you want to get all of the items in the game, you want to get all the cool new jerseys, the different features of the game, you have to pay more. Smaller transactions, like $1 a piece or maybe more. And it's a very manipulative, because what it does is it locks certain things behind what's known as a paywall. So if you want like the best, sneakers, or you want the coolest looking haircut, I mean, I'm not joking. This is seriously what they sell. You want to make your own player with a cool tattoo. You want to have the right, you want to get an old school player like Dominique Wilkins or something like that. That's basketball. You have to buy that extra in addition to the $60 you paid for this game. But it's actually even worse than that, because you can't just buy it directly. Like, let's say you want to get a really cool, I don't know, like an arm bracelet or something, or like an alternate jersey or something like that, or a cool haircut or cool sneakers. What you have to do is you have to pay extra, but it's actually what's known as a loot box. So you buy a mystery pack, and it comes with 3 items, but you don't know which items they are. And of course, the highly sought after items, the coolest sneakers, the coolest people, the coolest jerseys, the coolest tattoos, they are very rare. It's almost like buying Magic the Gathering cards. If you didn't know that, Magic the Gathering card packs, they're random. So you get mostly common cards, but you might get a rare card every now and then. And so, you have to buy a lot of packs in order to get the rare cards that you want. That's the whole idea. And a lot of people have called this gambling, right? A lot of people have called this gambling. And in many ways it is, because they don't tell you what the odds are, and they make it so cool, kind of like a casino. Have you ever been in a casino? Some people might think it's sinful to go to a casino. I've been to many casinos, quite a lot before I was a Christian, and even some after I was a Christian. The casinos, there's flashing lights and loud sounds and sensory overload in a casino, right? And they do the same thing in these games. When you open these loot boxes, just awesome. Everything looks amazing. And so a lot of people say it's predatory to kids, because for kids, they don't understand the value of money. And you've seen stories probably in the news of people emptying their parents' account to get the best player in Madden, or the best player in NBA, or even in soccer. This happens all the time. You really want Messi, so you got to open a million loot boxes, and you don't know if you're ever going to get them, and things like that. And it's actually even worse, because these game companies will pay people on YouTube that have big followings. They'll pay them to open loot boxes. And it came out recently, they'll tweak the odds, because it's all digital, so they can tweak the odds whenever they want. So what they'll do is they'll pay a YouTuber to open a bunch of loot boxes, and then they'll tweak the odds to make it more likely that they'll get something good. And then people have these reaction videos when they open up a loot box. They're like, oh, I got LeBron. And it's just like, oh man, it sells the fantasy. That's the thing. And so it's predatory to kids because they see the fantasy on YouTube and they're like, well, I gotta get LeBron too. And then they end up spending all their parents' money on these stupid loot boxes. And so it's gotten way worse. It's gotten way worse than the scam of releasing the same game over and over again every year and charging $60 each time. It's gotten way worse than that. And so lots of people these days are just like, guys, stop buying the game. If you stop buying the game, they're going to stop these shady, dirty, scummy tactics. And, I agree. This is how capitalism works. If you don't like this stuff, stop buying the games. Don't buy it for your kids. Your kids are going to be disappointed, but don't buy it. If you don't want them preyed upon by people having loot boxes in the games, literal gambling in many people's eyes. In fact, the games industry says, well, it's not gambling. It's just a surprise mechanic. It's a surprise mechanic, as they're calling it. But in the latest NBA 2K game, it's literally simulated gambling. When you open the loot box, you're pulling a what's it called? A slot machine in the game. It shows on the screen a slot machine, and then it goes shh, and you either win or you lose. There's a roulette wheel. There's a pachinko machine and all that stuff. It's literal gambling. It's all in your face. So here's the solution, guys. If you don't like this in your video games, and it's not just sports games. This is in almost every game now, these microtransactions. If you don't like it, stop buying it. Okay? That's the solution. Now, I promised this would be relevant, and it is relevant. It's the same solution in the ERLC and the SBC. If you don't like what Russell Moore's doing, which a lot of you don't, I know that for a fact, stop buying it. Don't send them any more money. No more money to the ERLC. Starve the beast. No more. Just stop doing it. Stop participating in it. You don't need the ERLC. Why do you need it? You don't need it. There's nothing in the Bible that says you need to submit to Russell Moore. There's nothing in the Bible that says you need to give money to Russell Moore. Nothing. So stop doing it. Stop doing it and starve the beast. Now, a lot of you say, well, it wouldn't starve the beast because they'd get their money from elsewhere. Yeah, they probably would. They'd probably get their money from their shady sources even more, and it'll force them into even worse compromises. And I say, let them do it. Let them sell out completely. Let them sell out completely, or let them change. Let them change and become more biblical. So just like with Madden, you don't like it, stop buying it. The RLC, stop paying for it. I hope this is helpful. God bless.
Back up. Wait, I was told it won't back up. Darkness all in my head, but I won't be afraid. Back up, living life in the street. I might slip out and back up, but I won't be a victim. I'm in the seven, I'm gonna back up. I'ma need you to back up. I'ma need you to back up. I'ma need you to back up. Spilling the tea, stirring the cup. I'ma need you to back up. I'ma need you to back up.